Thank you, Shiva. Yes, indeed. Na'Vi versus NoPangolier. I'm ODPixel. I'm here with Fob. We've just seen the two lineups. We've got Na'Vi coming in with a good old Drow strat. They get the Drow, they've got the Visage, they've got a very powerful pair in terms of that. And then on the other hand, NoPangolier finishing their draft with a Bloodseeker. Sort of the D push, not looking too high. I mean, how do you sort of favor this Drow strat that Na'Vi's got going on against what NoPango's responded with?
It looks pretty strong. It's, again, I'm seeing this so often. It's like Wyvern's left in the pool with when a Drow is first picked in a lot of these games. There's not really much deep push coming up from them versus this Drow lineup. I do agree a lot with what the panel's talking about, though, with like the Crimson Guard and the Frost Armor. That's one thing that can delay the pushes quite a bit if they can get to that point, and if the Axe can actually have a decent time. I think it's really reliant on them not just getting like completely smashed in their lanes. If they come out like even, and even just like slightly ahead with this Axe, if they can pull it off, then I do think NoPangolier can have a decent shot in this one, but we'll see if they can actually do that. I think Lich Morphling, they should be able to have a pretty damn good time. Just can this Axe and this Willow get a decent time? Which they could, right? It's a Drow, it's an Ogre. I think they might have to actually just commit a full tri-lane down here and just make rotations afterwards just to secure maybe like the first 2 levels, and then they can go up top and put a lot of pressure with this Weaver.
Yeah, and I mean, if they do sort of go for the tri-lane down bottom, Na'Vi, how well does this top lane go for Blizzy? Is he fine against a Bloodseeker solo, or does it start getting hard?
I've seen it go actually a bit both ways. Yeah. I think Bloodseeker overall he can win because of you're able to out-sustain.
Yeah, it's easier, and it's easier to CS.
But like you can get harassed a lot, like the bugs, and you're at risk of dying with one rotation.
This bottom lane indeed moving in. The Fairy Fire will be there on Zayac. Won't quite fall, but Na'Vi getting the space here around this bounty rune, as they'll be able to claim 2 down the bottom at the same time up top. Will be NoPangolier able to get their hands on their own 2 bounty runes. So 2 for 2 to begin with.
So they're putting the Lich top, and the rotation, I believe, from the Earth Spirit was instantly TP'd toward top when they saw that. So some dual lanes. Visage mid versus Morphling. Naive should have a very, very lovely time as a Morphling here.
Yeah, Arc didn't quite get the block on as well, so Naive, well, we'll see if he is able to get the CS under the deep tower. Doesn't look like it will. It's a nice little range creep deny there from Arc to kick the lane off.
Yeah, whenever you have like this type of like agi hero, I mean anything versus Visage, you're gonna farm well. That's just the nature of the hero. Needs that level 6. Once 6 comes out though, then Visage like forces you out of lane completely. So now we see with Earth Spirit and Weaver, they put a lot of pressure onto this Bloodseeker. It's not that 1v1 that we were talking about.
But as you say, having sort of these dual lanes, well, this could make the bottom lane a little tougher for Na'Vi, for the Drow in particular, if Ghostic and Zayac do start to sort of have a good time in the early levels against this dual lane.
Yeah, once like the battle hunger starts building up, once the harassment, I always forget what's the new called on Willow now? The W?
Shadow Realm.
A Shadow Realm, that's right. I always forget that one for some reason. So they can definitely throw out a decent amount of harassment, but they've brought a lot of regen down here. Look at that, six tangos, the salve. Seneco's doing his job too. He's the one eating the hunger every single time in these situations. He's just walking up, and as an ogre, you're okay with this. And Arc's doing very well.
I was going to say, on this middle lane, this is not what you expect, really. Again, that's another range creep deny. You know, Arc 3 for 4 against the 2 for 1 of Naive. This is, I mean, look at it, but this is just what straight up outplay, because this is a matchup, as you say, that on paper, and as we've seen in the past, you should have much better time on the Morph on the first few waves.
Yeah, you've got higher base damage, just flat out. I mean, sure, there's a Drow aura, so that's maybe helping Arc a little bit.
There is
but
the Drow aura.
Yeah.
But Drow nowadays, level 1, you know, it's not a crazy amount of extra damage.
Yep.
But even so, yeah, Arc doing very well here for Na'Vi.
Yep, playing well around those Grave Chills every time the Morphling steps up too. This Axe is going to get a decent amount down bottom though. But now they've got early level of Bloodlust. I actually like this on Senego. Just a little bit more extra damage coming out to just hit that Axe with the Drow. It's pretty nice because Axe is not really this like tankiest hero that in armor department, that is. So high right click damage from the Drow can actually threaten a bit onto Ghostic.
What are we seeing up top? Blizzy at the moment, 9 for 0. And Sailor on 8 for 1 on this Bloodseeker. So pretty even between these two, these dual lanes, making sure that both cores get themselves the farm.
Look at that, we've got I mean, pretty even odds on the GG bet, right? It's not totally one-sided.
No, a little surprised that it does sort of swing the way of Na'Vi. I mean, Na'Vi obviously did look fantastic the other day taking down Team Secret, but I think as well, NoPango, they've had some very good showings. I mean, they took down Gambit out of the tournament 2-0. Gambit, of course, being the team that for the CIS region, they made it to the majors. So, you know, that's not a small feat to take down Gambit. And NoPango made it look pretty easy in that series the other day. So,
I mean, Naive looked I was a big fan of Naive watching those games. He played phenomenal.
But he wasn't playing the mid, was he, in those games?
No.
Was he? Did he play Void in one on the safe lane? And
then he had a PL game, right? I think it was the massive PL.
Yes, I believe you are correct.
Wasn't he like 660 GPM or something in that game?
Yeah,
that was the one where
Naive,
he got a lot of space to just kind of farm. It was a really good PL pick.
So things are a little different. You know, sure, he's playing the morph, and we do see this movement a lot of the times when you take your morph player, you put him in the mid lane to sort of give him that better lane as per such. But in these first few waves, he is struggling in that 1v1 against Ark's Visage.
He caught up a little bit in the last hits. Now I think it's like 6-1 and I think 5 denies, I believe I saw in the Visage.
It's a few denies. And I said at least 2 or 3 of those denies have been the range creep as well by Ark.
Oh, our favorite, Amaterasu.
Amaterasu, the good old career. That's him. My favorite because it's that hard to get Karana. You can't get it. It's impossible to get now. It's not tradable. It's not marketable.
Oh, it's not tradable
no,
either.
There's no way to get it. The only way you could have got it is if you pre-ordered Akami. It's literally impossible unless you get an account from someone else that has it.
Where did the courier die?
I don't know.
Oh, mid lane.
Was that Amaterasu? No, that wasn't. Amaterasu is still alive.
Well, that's how you.
Navi's courier.
That's how you catch back up as a Morphling. Just waveform in, I guess, and get a courier.
Yeah, that's
the dream.
Gonna help a lot.
I mean,
certainly is.
That's gonna be great. The Augur is low on mana. They can't bring anything out on the courier for a bit.
As Ark still was, I mean, Ark still has a salve and a fairy fire in the mid lane, so he does still have regen, even if he does get harassed. And at the moment, as we've seen, he's been able to sort of sit at full HP. We're gonna see Suicidal Seneca take a quick death down on the bottom lane, get himself back to base.
He's doing. Look at this mid 12 and 6 to the 8-1
He's doing really well.
Yeah, he's really killing it. Now the Drow is starting to actually add up, so a little bit more damage.
I mean, that is the thing, you know, with this Drow, he's going to hit 6 sooner than the Morph. And then, you know, sure the Morph, you know, you've got to outplay the Morph pretty heavily to actually get the kill on him. But Naive has to be careful. It's going to be a whole lot harder to get any sort of CS once the Familiars are out.
Yeah, I really thought that they would kind of put the Lich Morphling in the mid lane. I mean, sure, Morphling, you wanted him to have a better time already off the start.
I think you assume that the Morph is going to be fine on his own.
I do think
so.
You
don't really want to sap the XP, split it between 2 heroes in the mid when you feel like your Morph should have a good time anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that I agree with. It just... that's a time and true classic, right? Like Lich Morphling. You put it in there because you can double deny and you just keep denying and you don't really lose so much out on levels because you are getting that much deny experience.
You're taking so much away from the enemy. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, if you did do that, Na'Vi, they could have had potential to send a second hero mid, but then you're dual laning with this core Visage, and it all gets sort of kind of awkward for Na'Vi's part.
Yeah, I mean, this is the choice that they went with. The Lich went top to maybe just give that Bloodseeker a little bit of a better time. But it is hurting them a bit, at least in that mid matchup.
Yeah, I did make sure that at least the CS, I believe, on the top lane is still pretty even at the moment between the Weaver and the Bloodseeker. I just unfortunately do have this short little pause here, so apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We should be able to get the game back on very shortly, and we will be able to see if Na'Vi can make this Drow Scout work. Best of 3, of course, here in the semi-finals. 1 series away from making it to that grand finals and having a chance at making their stake at getting that top prize. I believe $40,000 on the line here for that #1 position.
They should have a pretty good shot in this game, right? It's like this Drow Visage. The Visage is already off to a good start in the mid lane. Once they get these level 6s, they're going to be trying to put the pressure on, and that's where NoPangolier, they could fall behind, especially in that tower department. It's bottom.
Ghostic does get the 2-man call. Seneca and Chu, will they be able to continue to chase? He's got the Bloodlust, but Ghostic just a little too speedy as he's able to keep his distance, run himself away from the 2 of them.
Yeah, he's just been cutting some creep waves up at that 18 last hits. As DD Rune, Ghostic gets it.
He does get fire blasted. Just get a good few spins off with the Battle Hunger, some punches into Chu. He's going to start chasing down this Earth Spirit. Indeed, with that double damage, Ghostic gets first blood with the punches. It's the Ark coming across, trying to help find something in return. Ghostic still with the double damage rune going. Zayats does fall. Rotation as well from Naive is going to set up Ghostic for a double kill, maybe even more, as this double damage has done so much here for Ghostic, as he's going to be able to get... Nah, not Seneko. Naive will take that one. So no triple kill, but still 3 heroes getting taken down on Na'Vi's side, as Ghostic getting that double damage rune, making the magic happen.
And during all that too, it's the Bloodseeker. Everybody starts getting low on the side of Na'Vi. So you see up top, Blizzy actually started suffering a lot in the last hits. Look, 18 or 20 to 8 on the Bloodseeker, only 13 on Weaver too.
Getting rough up there.
Yeah, and that was weird. I think the Earth Spirit didn't use his kick there, right?
He was level 2. He has got his
had
skill,
it the whole time.
He absolutely did. He absolutely had the kick available. He went for the roll.
Yeah, I mean the roll, the initial, but then afterwards, he got hit. He got hit several times. He could have kicked the axe away or something along those lines. Blizzy is gonna die.
Wow. All right. Misplays and a half from Na'Vi's members here as yes, that ain't gonna cut it against NoPangolier.
No, and we were talking about how if NoPangolier in laning phase they come out even or even like a little bit ahead, it's gonna be really nice for them to at least slow down that push coming out from Na'Vi, and they're already 5-1 with a 2K advantage, Owen.
That's getting kind of scary.
I mean, look, they're on the path.
And even that sort of middle lane where we're talking about and being, admiring the way that Arc was playing, suddenly, the Morph's level and the Morph Naive was also able to head down and get himself involved in those 2 kills with Ghostic. So, yeah, he's back on par with the Visage.
And this axe the axe has already worked, right?
He's
completely worked. He's level 6.
He's going to hit these item timings that the panel talked about.
Yep.
That this Drow Strat's going to be worried about.
Yep.
Bottom lane, Crystallize, he's getting dove upon us. They're going straight in underneath the tower. Mass TPs are coming in from Na'Vi. Will not be enough to save the Drow. Maybe they can find some return kills. They're trying for the Lich. They do find Slayer, so they'll find at least one in return. And they get Zayats as well. Zayats trying to make his way away, but he's underneath the tower. Na'Vi will be able to claim the 2 of them. They did lose their Drow Ranger for that, though.
Heavy rotations being used there. It frees up the Bloodseeker entirely up top.
And that is the Vanguard done. 6.5 minutes in for Ghostic.
That is a very, very farm axe. As Arc commits forward for the tower, it looks like he will probably die here.
Ghostic knives there as well, as he is trying to come across to chase down Naive, but a quick stun will hold back the Weaver. Weaver running, but he's not going to be able to Shikuchi out. I mean, Ghostic, he's going to absolutely ham this game. He really is. 5-0-1 on the axe, 7 minutes in. Ghostic he's pretty much single-handedly destroying Na'Vi here in this opening.
Yeah, that DD ruined bottom too, just absolutely clutch for him. Vanguard already finished, on the way toward that Blink Dagger, I think 800 gold toward it. Look at his net worth. 4K almost at 7 minutes on this axe.
He's absolutely cruising at this game.
The dream scenarios for you.
Lich Armor and the Vanguard at this time. You can only imagine the Crimson Blink Dagger there. It's all online to be coming at very good times. And times that it really can't be iterated enough. They get this Crimson Guard. Na'Vi are going to really struggle to kill the cause once NoPango start pushing down the lanes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at Na'Vi's draft and they don't have that much magic damage. It's what? Soul Assumption, Shikuchi, Earth Spirit spells, and Ogre spells. It's not like those a crazy amount of ones that you see sometimes. This axe is so tanky already.
Blizzy is.
I like this.
He's
move.
struggling. He's got to catch up somehow. Struggling in levels. I mean, was he like level 4 Weaver against this level 7 Bloodseeker?
Yeah, I think they have to be making moves with the Visage in particular, just to get a kill, go to a tower, kill tower. Just try to claim all these tier 1s at least at a decent time now because they've been set back a bit already. Blizzy only level 5, yeah.
Very much falling behind in experience and in farm. Trying to set up something with him, but it's bottom lane where they're losing the tower. They've not sent anyone down here or kept anyone on in Na'Vi. They've just let this one go. So 8 minutes in, Zayat. And Ghostic getting the tower. Ghostic, he wants that last touch. Boost him towards the blink. Oops. Oh, he doesn't get it.
He gives us a clap.
He does. I mean, he's been having a great game. You can only expect so much from even the best. And we won't get that extra bit of money, but still, the tower's taken down. Same time, Na'Vi will claim the tier 1 tower top. Arc will be able to get the last touch onto that one.
Look at Slayer. He ran all the way top just to put the ice armor in the tower, just to slow it down. He was like, I don't have any other move on the map for now as a Lich. As the top 3 net worths for NoPangolier, their cores. Looking good.
4.8k net worth. About half the way to the Blink Dagger. We're sort of on par for that sort of 11, 12-minute Blink Dagger and Vanguard.
Yeah, and it's a level 3 Earth Spirit too. These supports on the side of Na'Vi
they can't do
very limited.
About this axe.
Level 8. 1500 HP.
Let's see. They're going to have a bit of an attempt onto Ghostic. But he's beefy.
Yeah, just TP after the stun.
That was 3 heroes there from Na'Vi that came down to the bottom lane to have a bit of a look at Ghostic, and that's all they got, just a look, as he was out of there easy as pie. It's a tough one here for Na'Vi, not getting the start that they wanted. You're running a Drow strat, and you have a Visage and a Weaver as your other 2 cores. Someone is expected to farm well at the start of this game, but it just didn't happen. You're behind in every lane.
Runes coming out. Should be a 2 for 2. as we do have the 10-minute mark. So Tomes will be grabbed, much needed by Na'Vi. I think the supports on NoPangolier are doing a little bit better in that experience. As I do believe the Earth Spirit probably going to get that one, so because he's like their big team fighter to bring everything together for Na'Vi. Besides that, they don't really have a crazy amount of team fight. As they are joining now down bottom. We were saying they want to be able to get these tier 1s early on. We see the Visage already making the move down too. He is the strongest. He is the strongest hero on his team, so he has to be the one making the space for his Drow and Weaver to catch up.
Let's see.
This Axe, he's 5.2k.
Must be very close. Just 1600 towards the Blink Dagger on top of the Vanguard. A Ghost Stick. I mean, once he has that, the pushes are going to be very hard for Na'Vi to make. They get some sort of a jump and a call, minimum sort of 2 heroes. It's pretty much a fight that it's going to be very hard for Na'Vi to kick back into. Just having sort of the call set up into the Blood Bright. They're going to soon have that level 6 on Slayer's Lich. A lot of follow-up that can really break apart the push that Na'Vi want to group up and go for, as it is at the moment when playing from behind sort of their best strength in terms of being able to take objectives and get themselves back on the game.
Yeah, I mean, could be so scary, right? They have good follow-up. Yeah, like you said, Chain Frost, Blood Right. We've got to make the fights incredibly hard for Na'Vi in the upcoming moments when the Axe has that blink, which he, pretty much does.
Of course, down the line as well, a lot of great synergies from the lineup of NoPangolier, just sort of the Rupture and the Fear from the Dark Willow. That's going to... I can already see sort of the Weaver and the Drow dying very easily to that.
Yeah, and they also... I mean, this is something that we probably will see happen from Naive, is him turning into an Earth Spirit, and then they have an Earth Spirit combo after the Axe, right? They've got a Stun Silence follow-up, which can be excellent versus a Weaver. It could happen. It's not like... I see a lot of Morphin players turning to Earth Spirit.
I can see the fight Zayats. They do get the silence. Augusta's going to be out as well. Crystallized has the control. They'll get themselves the support Dark Willow.
That's very nice.
They can get tower out of this as well.
Yeah, they're in a good spot to push. It's not just a random kill. It's a kill at a tower. So Slayer will TP, get that Ice Armor on there to slow down a bit, as we do have the rotation coming in from Bloodseeker. And I think Ghost Stick is picking up that Blink Dagger right now. So he's going to look to make a move here. They might smoke behind at this tier 3, try to get a jump.
They're coming. They're leading in.
So only 2 smoked. Ghost Stick is not. And there is a ward already on the high ground, so they see that Axe, they see that Blink Dagger.
And know that something's up, and indeed NoPango won't choose to go for a play here. So Na'Vi getting away with the tower.
Very nice. I mean, they lose that ward, but they got the information that the Axe has the Blink Dagger. They can back up and reset. That was nicely done. His Drow now claims second net worth.
She's suddenly getting back up then.
Yeah, pretty decent.
Getting these objectives and finding this action. She's got the Mask of Madness to help speed up the farm. Keep the sustain good as well for Crystallize, so he can make sure he's constantly out on the map and sitting at full HP as well. Ghost Stick on the prowl. As you say that with that earlier ward, they know that he has got that Blink Dagger. Yeah.
He's just going to be like not showing on lanes. You see how he's just farming jungle. People are like, most of the time it's like jungle is not good, but as an Axe, you don't want to show yourself when you've got this blink. If you're showing yourself, there's no threat on the map. So.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much impossible to make a play.
Yep.
If you do that.
And they're looking to make this play down bottom. So now they do see Ghost Stick, and they see the Morphling, so they're probably more than likely expecting some type of pressure down here, maybe some surround from the side of from NoPangolier. Na'Vi might choose to make a play of their own while they see this, and it looks like it is going to be that Roche play.
NoPango, they're well aware. They smoked immediately after sort of showing on that bottom lane as they head towards Pit. Is it dying fast enough though? It's under half. It looks like they will unless they make any sort of jump in, and they don't. So Na'Vi get away with the Roshan. They get themselves the Aegis onto Crystallize. They're trying to fight this NoPangolier, but Ghost Stick's being focused by Blizzy and Seneko. Chain Frost is going to get thrown out by Slayer as Seneko, he will fall. Na'Vi getting the objectives there. They have that Aegis safely in the hands of Crystallize. Crystallize does try and fight back though, but the jump comes in. He's going to lose that Aegis just as quickly as he picked it up. As Naive looking to get the bugs out as he heads forward inside the Weaver form as this Morphling. Chew, Battle Smash in return. Silence as well, down on the Bloodseeker, but Silence got enough damage to take the kill. He's ticking down to the Magnetize. As Na'Vi have lost 2, but they are getting kills in response. Arc and Crystallize still sitting pretty healthy on the middle lane. Blizzy able to get himself away from the rest of them as the Cursed Crown is down on him, but he keeps the distance. So Na'Vi getting trades, Did lose that Aegis pretty immediately though after getting it. So that will certainly slow down sort of a threat of another deeper, harder push from Na'Vi.
Bounty runes. Everyone's... Seneco's got his mind on it, mind on the prize, going for them immediately. The other two will stand for a moment. That was a, you know, Seneco, he runs in and dies, right? But I know exactly what his thought process is there. Is he's igniting this axe, and he's like, all right, I'm not letting Ghost Tick blink, so we can actually try to take this fight. Eventually, they will be able to get a decent one, because I think the Bloodseeker also got Blade Mail as that fight was happening, so the Drow, just unexpected, he didn't see it. Did a bit of damage back to herself. So only a 1k advantage for NoPangolier.
Oh, Blizzy.
Has to be very careful down
He's
here.
going to show himself. Oh, he's out there. Well, at least he's trying, Zayats.
Should be
catch
okay.
a glimpse of him. Yeah. But yeah, not looking to dive. Blizzy playing it safe, getting himself away.
Morphling is very farmed. Once he's got Manta, going to be pretty difficult for them to actually kill him. The two silences won't be as much of a threat anymore from that Drow or that Earth Spirit. As we do see the power that he can do. We were mentioning the Earth Spirit, but he obviously has a lot of different things that he can turn into. With the Weaver, he can get into the backlines pretty easily. Turns into Weaver, Shikuchi's through with the bugs. It's quite a lot of damage coming out from Morphling when you have those bugs as well put onto somebody.
Yeah, we saw sort of a glimpse of the chaos that he can create in that last fight. Where, as exactly as you said, with the sort of the ability to just reposition and get himself right on top of the hero that he wants to blow up with the Morphling combo.
Yeah, I mean, he just turns back in. The Adaptive Strike does so much damage when he pops out like that as Seneco. Will be the one to tank this.
Of course, the rest of Na'Vi not hanging around to have a look in on their Ogre getting taken down, as that'll be another kill for NoPangolier. 11-6, only a 1k lead though.
He lost his ward. That's why Slayer tipped him right there. They were like, ah, you're killing an Ogre. Seneco's probably not too upset, but then once he loses the ward, he's like, ah, damn it. So he's gotten a couple down, at least to get some vision inside of the enemy jungle. But I do believe this other one, it might actually just get killed as well. It does. So 2 D wards coming out from Slayer there. Just finding Seneco. Just finding Seneco's vision. It's a bit of a farm. Bit of a farm is going to be happening now. Both teams trying to get their lanes in good positions. Blizzy has to be careful though. He's doing the build. He's doing the Blade Mail build versus the Bloodseeker.
He is doing the Blade Mail.
So I know some people have talked about it, of course. It's, you know, you run the 1200 distance with that Blade Mail active and then you time lapse. So you still take the damage, but you also apply that massive amount of damage onto the Bloodseeker from that Blade Mail when you do use your time lapse. That was the NV Theory crafted build at TI. And everybody was a bit confused, but then we heard that, and it's kind of cool.
He won that game, didn't he? Did they lose?
I don't think I was watching that one from TI. I can't remember
Dude, I think we were
everything.
casting it, weren't we?
Maybe we were.
I can't remember.
Casted a lot of games, though.
Oh,
the roll forward.
Yeah,
Quick call.
Ghostic is going to be there with a response. The Chain Frost only getting thrown out to two. No bounces. As he gets a boulder smash down onto the two of them. Ghostic getting multicast as well by Seneco. The Helm of the Dawn comes in from Ark. Ghostic gets another call out, but he will fall. Blizzy goes for the time lapse back, but Silas got his eyes on him. He gets blasted. Can they kill off this Weaver in time? They can. As Naive inside the Weaver form himself, chasing down with the Shikuchi, will secure the double kill for NoPangolier. See if they can do anything else. As Seneco still trying to front the fight. Crystallized there by his side. Gets get caught out by the Bramble. Bloodbright will not connect. A quick gust to slow down the two of them, but Naive, he's looking towards Crystallize. He's able to quickly zap down Seneco. He's already trying to chase down another as the Master Man is popped by Crystallize in an attempt to allow him to create the distance. Will keep Crystallize safe.
Nice ton.
Ark does escape as well. So a trade, but a scary amount of kills and gold going into the hands of Naive's Morphling. As he continues to lead that a little bit more. Top of the board for this Morph. Full Manta Star now as well. He is going to be an absolute handful for Na'Vi this game.
Yeah, they have their 3 cores in a pretty damn good spot. The Weaver, Blizzy's still quite far behind as this Weaver.
That's the big one that needs to sort of get back in, Blizzy.
Yeah.
He had a rough lane at the start, very slow beginning to this match.
Once he gets the Blade Mail, maybe that could be the thing that brings him back, right? Just catching them off guard. If Rupture comes out, he gets that, he can just kill the Bloodseeker maybe in a team fight. We'll see. So that morph duration taken by Morphling. I think we're seeing that a lot more after what Thompson had shown at TI. Big fan of the... I'm a big fan of both of them. Both talents, if you take them. Your morph pretty much is almost permanently up at level 18. So all grouped up, both sides. Na'Vi has some good vision down bottom. They're going to try to use that to be able to secure at least one or maybe even two of these towers. They do still push incredibly fast because of this Drow. Level 13 now, and there's this Visage. They've got the Alpha Wolf too. Auras galore plus Bloodlust. As the setup is starting to happen, at least from the Bloodseeker, we do see the secondary TP come in from Ghostic. They didn't TP to the front tower, so they can allow anybody else to TP to the front quickly. The important heroes, like that Morphling, if he chooses to.
Ghostic. It's going for the call here on the Familiars, but they will still be dropped down here by the Visage. 5 us as well from Snake as he looks to lead in. He's going to tank the Rupture. He'll get bursted down by Naive and Sylar.
I think Na'Vi just has to bail out, and they're okay with that. They got the full tower, and they only lost their Ogre. Yeah, I think you're fine with that.
Again, this is, Snaker went in, but that was the plan all along. Yeah. Just to sort of throw his life away, secure the retreat of the rest of the team.
That was the, that's the hotkey that he used, right, from the Visage? Because even if your Axe called, you can still click the hotkey on your hero and drop your birds. So we did see that interaction happening a couple times in the last few days.
I'll see if they can get anything in return here. NoPango trying to chase back across the map in response to Na'Vi backing up with the smoke. They may find Dark. Ghostic tries for the jump.
He was very careful. Ark knew something. He was pinging on top of the hard camp. He knew something was going on. Oh, look at that build, by the way. Phase boot Visage, I didn't notice that at first, but then also just rushing for that Hex to deal with the Morphling. Just that instant disable, and even also versus Axe. If you can just get vision of him before he gets that call off, right? If he blinks in, you can get that Hex off. Good item. I mean, interesting item choice.
Yeah, not a bad back pickup at all. I mean, you've already got sort of the damage secured by the fact you have a Drow. Ghostic does get the catch with the jump in and Berserker's Call. Bloodbright to follow up as well as everything being thrown down onto Ark. They get the two-man fear as well. Perfectly set up by Zayas to allow Knife to get a double kill. They get the third as well as Saneko will fall. It's quick plays like that. There's just so much AoE and team fight that NoPangolier can come in with that is very hard for Na'Vi to respond with. Their best sort of element of the team fight being Gust and the Earth Spirit control, but no sort of big AoE damage and nothing really that can sort of match the power and force that a fear coming in from Zayas can do. Certainly the tier 3 tower is just taken. They are going for the split push, Na'Vi. Top lane. Crystallize and Blizzy will get a tier 3 themselves. They're even onto the racks.
Look at this. I mean, NoPangolier, they have to run. Two of their heroes are running all the way up there. They're literally losing really their top racks.
They got him, Na'Vi. Easy. They'll take the melee racks. I mean, they probably don't even care if they die here, as they got what they're coming for. Crystallize is punching back. He's going to get the kill on Zayas. He gets the slow as well on Slayer. He's forced him away. He's standing his ground. He'll take both the racks. He says, you can take my life, but I've just taken your base.
That's an excellent trade there for Na'Vi. Yeah. When they're at this position, when they lose 3 heroes, that's a great call, whoever made that to go top on their side.
Let's find Chu. Oh, he's not going to work. Tries to roll and TP out. A little ambitious as he was ruptured and did have a Morphling chasing him down as well. But yeah, that's a problem for NoPango. You may be 20-9, but you're only 3k ahead. You did not get the middle set of racks. You just lost a full lane of your own on the top.
They do have a massive Morphling, though. Level 17 with almost finished Eye of Scotty.
But hey, if he gets that Hex Arc...
This is true.
They've got an answer. They can kill Naive in the fight.
Not if he's got... Aegis and Cheese is going to make it a lot harder, though. But that was still a great move by Na'Vi to at least be able to recognize that they didn't have the TPs available to try to go for that defense.
Yeah, perfect play from Crystallize and Blizzy.
Yep.
And here we go. So as you say, indeed, Aegis and Cheese are going to be another worry for Na'Vi, as NoPangolier will have that ready for the next time that they look to push down a lane. And indeed, the line's been drawn towards that top as Na'Vi want to keep it pressured out. At the same time, NoPango, they want to swing that one around. There's still a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower standing on Na'Vi's half of the map on the top. And so overall, still just not a massive lead at all for NoPango. Just a 4k advantage. But they are a set of racks down. Ghostic.
He's got Crimson Guard and the Blade Mill. He is, I mean, if he's around his teammates, I don't know if Na'Vi can win a team fight once that Crimson Guard is popped. As they do find Saneko again. Poor Saneko. That's the life of an ogre.
Just running in, sort of getting the vision, getting the info.
Zayas.
Getting the free trip back to base.
Looking for Ark. Ghostic's here too.
Now toying around with this to get the call. Chu just come up with the silence and the stun onto the Axe, but already a lot of damage coming out from Zayas with the Bedlam. Rupture as well from Sailor. As Arc taken out there on that bottom lane for pushing in a little too far and only relying on the backup of the Lonely Earth Spirits. Chu TP's out. Top lane Naive, ready to try and tackle this tier 1 tower. Blizzy's watching from the side, so is Chu. Very hard, of course, to do anything about this Morphling. Pretty much before they have the Hex available on the Visage and bottom lane. Crystallize
with the birds, and the Drow are able to clean up Ghostic, but now
top
top.
lane, they do lose Chu. Yeah, Chu's gone.
Yeah, they were trying to threaten this Morphling. That was a little crazy. This guy is huge and has now even an Eye of Scotty on top to boot and an Aegis. So, but they do find a nice kill on Ghostic. It's pretty substantial there for Crystallizes. He's getting pretty rich.
He is.
Another 3,000 gold on this Drow Ranger.
He's not doing bad at all, Crystallize, making some very nice plays in terms of split push and just knowing exactly where he needs to be on the map to keep Na'Vi in this game and to sort of drive it to the point where Na'Vi can be back and in charge of this match. As it still is close. The kills may say another story, but they're taking a Rax, Na'Vi.
Yep.
They're not in sort of they're not in a bad position. It is not game over territory at all for Na'Vi. They have many ways of carrying this game through to the end. This is just the rough part for the next sort of couple of minutes when there is this Aegis on the Morph, where they've got to be very careful and almost hope that NoPango don't try and push up to the high ground, as defending could be certainly another situation. Their best defense really is offense, as Crystallize just constantly out on the sidelines trying to shove the side lanes in and pull attention away from the middle lane. But Naive he gets the range tracks. Yep,
I mean that's literally exactly what they're doing. You saw the line drawn top by Seneko. He's got to keep that top lane pushed in. You see Crystallize set up down bottom with Seneko with these deep wards that they'd placed earlier. They'll lose the Ogre. They don't lose it.
They don't. The fear was off the mark.
Ooh, they don't lose the Ogre. Okay.
Seneko with the standstill and TP out rather than backing up, and it gets him out. He's not going to die this time, at least.
Yeah, just keep those lanes pushed in. Don't let NoPangolier hit your base with that Aegis cheese, so you can at least have a chance into the fights. With now a Hex finished up as Arc, almost level 15 as well, cleaning up a shrine. Naive. About a minute and a half left or so, minute 15 left on that Aegis. So Na'Vi definitely stalling it out a bit here versus that double life. And I think that's a full Aghanims now on the Weaver too, so ways to protect.
Okay.
Versus that Axe in particular.
Let's see what Na'Vi's plan is with these newfound pickups. They could certainly look to sort of make us smoke and try and lead him, but yeah, it may be worth just waiting those last 45 seconds or so until the Aegis is gone before you try and make that type of jump. Ideally, sort of time it just as it expires. We'll see if Na'Vi do have that timing in mind.
Man, NoPangolier has dewarded almost every ward that Seneko has placed in this game. Bottom, they lost their fresh ward. Mid, they just lost their fresh ward as well. We saw several occasions where Slayer was just walking around tipping Seneko because he's finding all the vision. Having an excellent time as his 5 position.
Let's have the middle lane. Naive already starting to lead in. Aegis getting very close to going away though. Jumping from Ghosting. Is only onto Seneko once again. There's the Hex coming down straight away. They're looking to burst him, but he's still at the Aegis for a few seconds, so this is going to work in Naive's favor. As he's going to be back with a second light. Sylar with the Blade Mail and the BKB chase down finds the kill onto Arc. As Na'Vi, I guess it was sort of forced upon them, but just having to take that fight a few seconds early. If they got that Hex and a kill 5 seconds later, that would have been Naive out the fight. But as it is, NoPango in a great position in this team fight as they can continue to push on for more, take down Seneko. That's a dieback on the Ogre Magi. A Boulder Smash comes out as well as the 3-man Gust. They're focusing down the Morphle with the silence. They're going to get it. They're able to get the kill onto the Morphling. Blizzy with his Blade Mail trying to go up against Sylar, but Sylar, he's got the damage. Blizzy's got the time-lapse. Time-lapse will keep the Weaver safe. They can get Ghosting as well. Crystallize with the positioning. Punches into him with the arrows. The rest of NoPango back off. But NoPangolier, they didn't get the melee racks. Na'Vi, they hold against the Aegis push of Naive's Morphling. They're ready to shove themselves straight down the middle lane. There's 35 seconds without Ghostic, 40 seconds without Morphling. Na'Vi hold on immaculately.
Yeah, Like that Ag's time lapse coming into play there excellently from Blizzy onto Crystallize when he gets called by the Axe, and then the follow-up silences. Crystallize gets a nice gust. They get the Earth Spirit combo on top of the Morphling too when his Manta was on cooldown. That was very well executed there by Na'Vi, and the way that they baited, right? Seneco's just like charging in, like, throw spells at me, please. I'm an ogre. My job is just to tank these, and that's exactly what happened. As Blade Mail is queued up now for the Visage as well. If Arc was alive during that fight, if he actually didn't get chased super far, he would have gotten so much experience in it, because he took the 40 experience talent. But I think the Bloodseeker just completely beeline to dive him into the base.
Yeah, as it is, it's certainly falling behind a little bit in levels. You know, level 15 on him, whereas Crystallize sitting at level 19. He's got the BKB pretty soon too.
Yeah, he's
so,
got it.
Crystallize has been having a great game the way he's been pushing these waves.
Definitely.
Just sure he's died twice, but in the grand scheme of things, you know, it's against a team that's had 26 kills. You know, he as sort of a general rule has not been getting caught out.
And Blizzy too. Blizzy's recovery for me has been pretty damn excellent. Like, he went for the Blade Mail build. They haven't ruptured him a single time because they saw that Blade Mail more than likely. But he's level 19, almost level 20 on the Weaver. Get some clutch with the Aghanims pickup. Very good item choice to be able to save that Drow versus that call several times. And look at they've been prioritizing those bounties.
They have those bounty runes. Quite a difference there in the amount of money that Na'Vi's been able to benefit from them.
They've got a gold advantage now. And Ghostic shows his face.
Ooh, jumped upon. There is a fear being thrown out, but Ghostic, he's already gone. He's dead for 50 seconds. The Chain Frost bouncing between them. Crystallize does fall. An attempt there was there to keep him alive with the time lapse, but it was not enough. Dota going for the TP out. They got a quick stun from Naive as he throws out the Adaptive Strike. Does clean up a third. 3 heroes dead on Na'Vi.
They got Ghostic, but all of NoPangolier was ready there for that fight.
And again, more money into the pocket of this Morphling. It's Naive on top of the Skadi and Manta closing in on his own Black King bar. Sort of no matter the stage of the game, this Morphling is going to be a big issue for Na'Vi. Top lane Blizzy able to get out as the waves do start to get pushed back in. Na'Vi should be able to be back up to hold a defense in the middle lane, as it's unlikely that NoPango can quite yet look to try and take that melee racks once again from the middle, especially with Ghostic only just respawning, as he has been a crucial part of sort of their start to the fights. Even though a lot of their fights, as we've seen, they have sort of ended up initiating onto Seneco's Ogre, and that's only worked in Na'Vi's favor. As Sylar has the BKB TP out, Blizzy and Seneco making a bit of a go for him. But even so, taking the attention away from this mid lane, even though Na'Vi had 2 dead, NoPango can't go for another push into the high ground. They'll have to settle for a tier 1.
I think Na'Vi should maybe try to set up here for this. They see the Morphling still doesn't have that BKB. You have to imagine he's going to be queuing it up pretty soon after he just died to the Disables. But they won't be able to make it there in time. Blizzy is pushing up bottom. They didn't have everyone respawned or healthy just yet.
.33 minutes in, only a 2k advantage for NoPango. Very, very close game between these two sides.
I want to know how many. I really want to know how many D-wards there's been. Now the Lich has a Slayer has a gem, but he D-warded down bottom again. They've killed like every single ward that Na'Vi has placed in this game. It's actually really damn remarkable by this 5 position.
I see the plan here as Na'Vi getting into position around this pit. Roshan, of course, is up. They have a very good means to take him down quickly with this Drow strap.
Do they have the BKB on Morph? They're smoked up, so they're looking for a fight here on NoPangolier. I imagine that Morph has BKB right now.
As Na'Vi, they're heading straight into the pit. Ghostic could find a big opening as he comes in with a 3-man taunt straight away. Zap forward with the waveform. They've got the fear down as well. Na'Vi absolutely in shatters here as they've lost the Ogre, they've lost the Visage. Blizzy getting focused by Sylar. Ghostic does fall. Blizzy has to run himself away. There was Na'Vi. They've lost 3. Heading straight into the pit with that smoke. They totally underestimated the chance for this strike back here from NoPangolier around the pit. They do manage to get the Lich, but it just feeds another kill to Naive Morphling.
Blizzy had great positioning there to try to save Crystallize with that time lapse, but Ghostic got the most perfect initiation possible, catching everybody there with a follow-up fear from Zayats.
I mean, did they really need to just go for Roche like that? Was that really the play from Na'Vi?
It was definitely extremely risky, and they got punished for it. Maybe they just didn't expect them to be there that fast on the side of NoPangolier, but they were all prepared. And now that's Aegis Cheese and a Refresher Shard.
That is the Refresher Shard indeed. Who's that going to go to? Looks like it's Zayats for now. Okay.
been having some pretty excellent fears on that Willow.
I mean, I think you want to get to the lich, don't you? Get some double bouncy action, the double chain frost.
Good happen. Taneko, get the bounty.
Great.
Nice.
Ooh. That's got it here. That's, we'll play around with him. I mean, the bedlam, that's a lot of damage. He's just got the kill. Dark Willow, still a hero with a lot of strengths in terms of sort of this mid-game damage output.
High level 17,
yeah,
so.
Shreds the Ogre Magi.
That's what people, you know, it's like if you can get away with the lane, that's where that hero, if you start getting those levels, your damage is still definitely there as a Willow. And I think I saw all 4 bounty runes picked up by Na'Vi again there, but they are still at quite a deficit at 5k for NoPangolier. Yeah, they did get all 4 bounties. So almost now a Spirit Vessel finished up on the Earth Spirit for that Morphling, but it's coming at a stage where he's got the Manta, he's got the BKB already finished up, so it's going to be not really doing a whole lot in the fight unless it's like perfectly executed.
Yeah, they've got to get that Hex on them straight away. If they don't do that, they are not killing them off. Now it's middle lane, no Pango. But the Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, they are certainly ready to have another shot at taking down this mid lane melee Rax. There's Na'Vi. What can they do to put a slow to this? Quick fire blast onto Naive. And not phased whatsoever. And to BKB and an Aegis in his hands.
Look at top. The split push play crystallizes well as Arc. They're looking to do something here, but Ghostic has already pre-TP'd in response.
They're heading straight back in NoPangolier, and they're looking for the jump as Ghostic will be able to get him with the call on to the Visage as Arc. He'll get chased down and taken down as the dunk from Ghostic comes into play. Crystallize was able to make it back to base. But Na'Vi trying for that sort of split push play again. I mean, there wasn't really any racks to sort of take away from that top lane, so just an attempt to make NoPango back up. And NoPango did, but they did get that racks from the middle lane before doing so. So NoPangolier now back with a 7k lead. And this Morphling, very much this huge issue, as expected, that Na'Vi are going to have to try and deal with.
Yep. I see Blizzy has queued up the Nullifier, so I think he's trying to be the one where he can... They don't have a Linken's on the Morphling, right? So he can walk in and try to just disable the items for them to have that follow-up to get the Hex on. There's still 2 minutes left on that Aegis. How, I didn't see how low... I saw the creeps were hitting the tier 4s a bit ago, so I think maybe that's why they were just trying to enter through the top lane. So, okay, yeah, it is relatively low.
They did do a lot of damage.
That's what they were trying to go for there.
One of those tier 4s, yeah.
Just some threat.
That's Naive. Actually,
Absolute
queuing up the butterfly this game, rather than what sort of the standard E-Blade, just what sort of increasing the amount of right click he can go for as they go for the siege.
It's mostly physical on the side of Na'Vi too, as we were mentioning, right? So just evasion is going to be excellent for him to survive as Blizzy does get caught down bottom.
He does indeed. The Call and the Blood Bright.
He's really important for them too. He's down for 80. He has buyback available as Taneko.
Naive went in on that.
He's okay.
He's just run away the Aegis. Can they kill him a second time? So they don't have a Hex for 15 seconds, so Naive will be able to get back out, but that's the Aegis taken away from him.
And they see Ghostic at the base right now. They have the Visage Familiars there, which actually took the tier 4 tower during that. So Blizzy looks like he's going to be holding that buyback still, but 60 seconds. Ghostic has Boots of Travel, so he can join the fight.
Well, they are ready to shove it on that bottom lane. Arc has got a pipe at least to help against some of the punch that this Morphling's throwing out. Ghostic, yeah, there we have it. Coming down to join the forces, bottom lane is NoPango, ready to go as 5.
He is spotted though. He does have a gem, so they will deward that ward instantly that Taneko had, but now they know the axe is there.
And will Blizzy be forced to buy back? 30 seconds without the Weaver. As they go straight away. They get the Hex. Na'Vi, can they kill him off in time? They've got the birds upon him. Some familiar stuns too. Ghostic came in with the call. Does manage to bring one of them low, but the time lapse is there, keeping Taneko alive. Gets in that second life. As now NoPango, they're having to back away. Chu, he rolls in straight away with the Magnetize. They've already managed to kill off 2 of them. As they will lose Chu. But again, Na'Vi forcing NoPango out of the base. Chasing down, see if they can find anything else. It will not be the case, but still, nonetheless, Na'Vi pulling together a very nice hold and defense of this bottom lane.
Very good. I mean, the buyback from Blizzy coming in there, getting that little save, of course, but the control coming in the backlines from Chu on this Earth Spirit. He got very good chain CC. The Morphling was almost in threat of dying there, dropping below 30% HP, but able to reset. Painful buyback, though. Even though they do get a lot out of it, Blizzy has to be very careful. We know how important this Weaver is for all these team fights for that time lapse. So if he does get caught out, he's going to be dead for quite a while.
Ooh, and there's the jump.
Oh, the Hex!
They have got the Hex. Do they have the damage? They're focusing him down, but no, Naive gets the chance to put the man to steal, star the fear as well onto the Visage. Will cause Ark's demise.
They didn't have any follow-up for that Hex. The rest of their heroes not quite there. And Zayats does use the Refresher Shard there to make sure they can ensure that kill. But well worth it. Drow Aura popped. They want to be sure, you know, when they lose a hero, you pop Drow Aura so you can force the lanes in so you don't want to take a bad fight.
Zayats will actually clip Crystallizer with that Dust of Appearance.
Oh, they found Seneko.
I mean, Seneco's fine with this. It gives space for Crystallize to retreat, as he will get himself just out of range as Ghostic did come a-hunting. So Seneko again throwing his life for the greater good and making sure that Crystallize can get out to safety. Ghostic picks up the Shadow Blade. Got that better means of getting in close and finding the setup initiation.
I think he's also like wants to try to set up because they're seeing this constant split pushing coming out right for the last several moments from Na'Vi. Maybe he can try to catch people off guard. The gem that they did have on NoPangolier was, of course, picked up by Blizzy in that last engagement. And they Bloodseeker also finished up a Radiance, a late one in this game.
So a lot of sort of mischance will be thrown about. You do have Crystallize going for the Monkey King bar next, so he is going to have that response to this Radiance, this Butterfly on the Morphling.
Yeah, a bit strange to see the Radiance picked up so late.
Naive cleaning up another shrine. RV not interested in taking any sort of fights outside the base at the moment.
Blizzy's level 25 now, so that mobility already going to be much higher now for him on that Weaver. Easier for him to position himself for those time lapse, even though he's got the positional items already anyway.
Yeah, and of course Naive, he's
oh, he doesn't actually, sorry.
Hitting
My
so
bad.
hard.
I saw he had the blink queued up a bit ago, but he did opt to just finish up that Nullifier instead. So.
Yeah, I think that the temptation, especially after he bought back, you know, just make sure he can get this sort of game-changing item.
DD outside the pit.
Ooh, let's see what Naive can do with this. DD Butterfly, this man is certainly punching for sort of around over 600. In the full morph as Ghostic tries to lead with a quick Hex. He's there with the response. Gets the Hex straight away. The fear comes down to Seneko. Crystallize, pops the BKB, starts to back up with the Shadow Blade. But Na'Vi, they've lost 2 members. As that is Weaver dead without buyback. Arc as well. He's dead for 75. He does not have buybackers either. As that is 2 cores down without buyback. They did kill Ghostic, so there's no axe.
But they are missing their...
They're missing a lot of their punch.
Yeah.
They have not got the Hex, they have not got the Nullifier that they do need to have a chance of killing the Morphling.
Who is Blood Rage with a DD. Look at those buildings drop. Chew, nice
he is trying to do his best to slow them down. Crystallize gets the gust off, but the blade mail's there from Sailor. As now they move in, surround Crystallize. Crystallize trying to force himself back to base, but they've got the burst. Crystallize falls, he buys back straight away. As they to find at least the Lich.
They're pushing them off the racks
They
as
are.
well.
They're backing away. Naive respecting this sort of defense. The Na'Vi are coming into play with Chew again with a 2-man boulder smash. Looks to roll away. The Cursed Crown comes down as well as the Fear, as they'll get the Earth Spirit. But Na'Vi, again, are managing to sort of push them away. Seneko will lose his life, so now it's just down to Crystallize. They've got a buyback on Chew. Can they continue to hold this bottom racks? I mean, it looks like they can. There's no Pango. They're actually TPing out. The Bloodseeker's going back to base. And despite a good fight, NoPangolier choosing to play it very safely here as they don't want to keep pushing.
They forced a buyback on the Drow, right? It's like, that's pretty big.
Sure,
They know that their net worth is massive.
They're just choosing to definitely take the safer route, as could be argued that they could certainly have committed for that bottom racks. But either way, I think Na'Vi, if they've got themselves in a positive mindset, they're sort of looking at this and say, hey, we've still got that racks up. We can still fight to see another day this game.
Yeah, they're going to need some clutch ways to protect Crystallize whenever that BKB is down. We see Zayats instantly just runs forward, throws a Yule's Cursed Crown on him, and they just commit forward to kill this Drow Ranger. They really need, in particular what we're saying is Blizzy, right? Because Blizzy was dead for so long there, they need that save for him. And NoPangolier, they want to try to force something here. The Roche is going to be spawning relatively soon, but they want to take a fight.
Let's see what we got. Ghostic, can he find any sort of... I mean, they've got the sentries down. I know that they have pretty good self-war control over this aggressive portion of the map. Na'Vi just having to keep themselves hidden up in the base.
pushing these lanes with the Axe Illusions so that they can have good information on the map. They do see Blizzy for a moment now down bottom. They're perching themselves around this area. Being able to claim this last tier 2. Naive. Blood raged up. Quick eating tower.
More money for the boys on NoPangolier.
Let's go scout that Roche. They know it's going to be up relatively soon from that timer. As Blizzy's trying to push in the bottom wave.
I'm very unlikely, of course, that Na'Vi can do anything to contest this unless they want to go for a bit of a YOLO play with Choose Spirit.
If they try to, right now it's very obvious. The middle lane and that top lane's pushing in pretty heavily.
I mean, would it be worth sort of throwing away the Spirit's life in an attempt to deny sort of the Aegis and the cheese?
He does not have buyback.
Yeah,
that
would be the big trade, wouldn't it?
He seems way too important inside of a fight for that.
And it goes down so quickly that there's not going to be any sort of chance for Na'Vi to get anywhere close. So Aegis, cheese, and Refresher Shard once again going into the hands of NoPangolier. Came in there as well. Ghostic will be the one to grab it. Keep the frequency high with the calls and plays that he can make with the blink. If they are able to do something aggressive straight off the bat. But looks like they want to split back up, make sure that they've got all 3 lanes being shoved into the base of Na'Vi before making an attempt to siege the base once more.
Courier trying to get in there to buy that MKB for Crystallize. That's going to increase his damage a decent amount, right? Versus that Morphling, he's actually going to pierce through the Butterfly a bit. And they've got now a Vlad's, I believe, on Suneko with that Bloodlust. I mean, they still do have some decent amount of damage. It's just playing into that Aegis and that cheese is a bit of a problem. And when your Visage doesn't really have the greatest farm in the game. Having several deaths on Arc has set him back heavily.
And they've got the Courier safely coming back now. They did manage to maneuver it around the creep waves, so Crystallize will have that ready.
All lanes pushed in. Another illusion, I believe, was found on the Axe, so forcing in top, forcing in mid, and they are looking to go down toward bottom with that Aegis Cheese Refresher. They've got everything available.
Let's see what they can do. As this may be Na'Vi's last attempt at keeping this game up.
2 in position.
Snake going in with a quick bit of harassment. Do have vision here as they're pushing in. They're able to quickly get the D ward on the wards that Na'Vi did place out to sort of give them that bit of vision help in what will be potentially the last defense. The Gust onto Sailor. He's the man with the cheese. The stun as well as the Boulder Smash. Crossing past the 2 of them. They'll lead him with the Hex, but Ghostic's there with the counterplay. Jumps in onto Arc. Straight away with the cool time lapse from Blizzy.
They got the
Keeps Arc safe. So they're trying to lead him with the BKB and the Blade Mail. The BKB is about to wear off on the Bloodseeker. So with that committed, they'll back away.
They chain locked down Naive. He wasn't able to actually get his BKB or Manta off, getting chain stunned by the Familiars as well as Air Spirit stun. So now they're feeling a little bit scared, backing up.
Naive, I mean, he's got a lot of money that he's still yet to spend. He's walking around with about 7k gold unspent.
Look at Saneko's damage in that fight, too. He got a couple multis. That Ignite spreading all over, too. But yeah, lots of gold on NoPangolier. So they have a 22,000 net worth lead, but looking at their gold that they have in their actual backpacks,
it's not spent on anything.
Yeah, 6,000 Bloodseeker. I believe it was 6,000 on the Morphling, as you pointed out as well.
Yeah, at least 7k now.
Yeah. So yeah, 7k, 5.7, 4.2. I mean, that's majority of their gold lead right there.
I mean, Na'Vi, they're certainly making it look very difficult for NoPango to be able to close up the game. It already took NoPango so long to get that middle lane of Rax, and now we're seeing countless attempts to go down that bottom lane. That's pretty much what's sort of the second Aegis push we've seen that's just not been successful for NoPangolier. Sure, last time round, a lot of buybacks came out from Na'Vi, but Na'Vi are doing an excellent job of making sure that they don't lose any more of their base.
Yeah, they're holding very well. A smoke now coming up. They want to try to get the insta jump, and it is Naive has queued up that Ethereal Blade now since they are versus so much physical. Can help them pop someone very quickly too. All still trapped in the base here. NoPangolier, they want to try to get somebody. There's no Spirit Vessel charges on the Earth Spirit either, which is pretty significant in this upcoming fight.
Oh, and there's the jump. They take the Suneko pick first, they get onto the Ogre, and Suneko's gone for 50 seconds.
Trying to get that D ward. They put the base ward once they were smoked. Zayats blinks forward aggressively.
Gets instantly Hex in response. He has got the E on disc.
Oh, you see that play? He had it disassembled and then he assembled it in the middle. So you see how he's like half HP? That was cute.
We'll get out to safety. They do start to begin punching into the rat barracks. Naive. Go for the melee. What can they do to stop him? There's the rupture onto this Visage as Silas straight in. The time that buys Arc some time, but it's not enough. As the BKB's out for Naive, they get the kill onto the Arc Visage. Visage buys back, immediately looking to offer his tools for the defense. Chu coming in from the side with the Boulder Smash. Shadow Realm and a Blink Out keeps the Dark Willow safe. As now they're on the disengage. NoPangolier backing away. Chu keeping the Magnetize going with these stones. The Chain Frost comes out from Slayer. Just bounced the once between Chu and Blizzy. Ghostic thinking about jumping back in with a call. Won't quite be able to find the opportunity to do so. So again, Na'Vi having to sort of come out with just the one buyback Arc, but they again keep the melee racks protected.
Had to use quite a lot there to at least just hold, having to commit for that whole Magnetize. But also, I think Zayat's, he refreshed his Aeon Disc there, right? So he could blink out.
He did, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because he got hit by the Earth Spirits combo, but you're right, did still manage to blink out because of that quick refresh plate.
Yep. A lot of gold now, though, that NoPangolier can spend that we were talking about. They're going to buy all those items. Ethereal Blade now for the Morph, that AC for Bloodseeker, and I saw the other item, and I can't remember what it was.
Naive, I mean, he did have a Satanic queued up.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll go for it.
I think Ghostic had something else queued up, but...
Yeah. Ghostic, yeah, I just saw what Ghostic had.
Yeah, I forgot, whatever.
What was it?
Earth Spirit does not have any Spirit Vessel charges in any of these fights, though, so they're not getting any kills to give him that. They really need him to have one. It's going to help a lot. I
mean, Chu's still been playing fantastic. He's been in some excellent combos, you know, that's sort of causing the side of NoPango to have to back up and away from these base pushes. Just because of the amount of damage that's just adding up from the Magnetize. As Chu keeps it going. But we're back in. 51 minutes, 47 to 19. NoPango 25k ahead.
That's a BKB for Ghostic.
Okay, there we go.
Now he's going to have much, easier ways of just jumping in at any concern. Just so he doesn't have to get, hit by any of the Earth Spirit spells, and he doesn't have to get, disengaged completely from Magnetize over and over again.
What sort of is it that is making it as hard as it seems for NoPango to actually sort of get a second Rax and close this game out? What sort of part of Na'Vi's lineup and play is making it so hard to push into them?
I mean, Blizzy's having really good positioning to get those time lapses off over and over again, and Chu too. It's a bit scary because your Morphling we've seen time and time again. If he can die if he just gets chain CC'd.
Those BKB durations are only going to get lower as the game goes on. Blizzy. Ooh, goes for the regen, jumping from Ghostic immediately onto the Weaver. They've got the control and damage. Blizzy's gone.
Not worth. Not worth the regen.
Absolutely not.
Gets baited by those Shadow Blades.
Seeing as he was sitting on full HP.
That's the power of these Shadow Blades even toward that later stage of the game. Ghostic picked it up a long time ago. Pays off now, getting that Weaver. Top lane is pushing in for Na'Vi. As they are, of course, with that Drow Aura.
It might be close to sort of just making sure that everyone's got bots, maybe sort of hoping for a situation where NoPango do push. And hey, maybe no, they don't have TPs or that top lane's pushed right round. You could get Na'Vi bam straight up top. They got the Drow lineup. They can take that tier 4 and Ancient. I'd say, well, I guess there's the Morphling.
They still have, they picked up bots.
Quicker.
They picked Boots of Travel up also at a pretty good time.
Yeah. Sure.
It's
going to be a very sort of rare situation, but hey, we've seen it before where a team can't get back in time to defend.
This is true.
So definitely worth Na'Vi sort of keeping an eye on that split push rat potential to close the game. Whilst, of course, certainly playing from behind. Obviously, in terms of just the inventories of both teams, the items that NoPango have split across their cores, just that little bit easier to execute with, as they do have a 28,000 gold lead.
Quite a lot. Blizzy doesn't have to use the buyback, though, after dying for that regen rune. So 10 seconds, we'll be respawning, and we'll have it still available. But this, they're still farming quite a lot. Like you said, 28,000. They've got great map control. Roche will be finding out in a moment how long that's going to be spawning in. They're playing it very carefully, even with this lead. So Nico did finally get some wards out, but Slayer, the D-Ward King today, won't let those stay up for very long.
Na'Vi
They're all just picking up their next items on NoPangolier. They're aware that Na'Vi is not really farming anything on the map for a very, very long time. They've been trapped in their base, so now just maximize. Get these Bashers, get your Abyssals, get everybody 6 slotted up before that Roche spawns. They're looking for a player, though, with the bots.
They found him. He did not expect Na'Vi to be sitting up in that top corner of the map, I can tell you that.
Very nice play there with the familiars. Love seeing those kind of plays.
Just getting absolutely ripped to pieces. There was no counterplay there for him at all, and you know, you can certainly sort of sympathize as he didn't really have much reason to believe that the Na'Vi would have the heroes out there.
Now I think one of the big concerns for NoPangolier is, I'm sure they're still very ahead. They're still in a comfortable spot. It's just just have to be wary of this top lane now because they could really do those bots plays and just siege.
They have the familiars, as you say. They have many ways of sort of just getting the team into any position that they wish.
How long? Almost level 25 on Drow Ranger too.
Okay.
So we could be seeing that spam coming out from it, that minus cooldown that you can get at level 25, just that constant Drow aura, if he chooses to go for that one. Yeah. Just it's possible. I mean, he's got Hurricane Pike, BKB, like Shadow Blade. There's so many items that are activatable there. Roche, Crystallized Wolves, check if it's up. Still a bit of time till it is.
And a slightly longer duration.
Well, NoPangolier, 4 of them at least, 4 that are alive, are positioned. Zayats making sure they can protect Naive. I mean, they are behind him.
Do you like this as well? You know, Zayats actually building a refresher orb. I think
he has it finished, I believe. The Hex comes out.
Oh, they've got the opening. Can they kill him off in time? They're going forward. The Fizz going to get laid down. Ghosted with the BKB, trying with the controllers. Naive will be kept safe for now. They could not quite burst the Morphling, and now they'll lose heroes themselves. As Seneko chased down by NoPangolier. They did use their BKB charges for this though, NoPango. So if Na'Vi can make sure no one else goes down, they'll be in a good position. But indeed, choose found by Zayats. Into the pit he goes, has to catch onto the Earth Spirit. They get 2 of them.
Zayats has been very clutch with a lot of these plays. Just the Fears protecting people time and time again. And just these Yule's plays catching several times. Earlier inside the base with the Drow, this time catching Chu as he's trying to sneak through that Roche pit.
Getting that jump onto the Morphling, but Naive, I mean, he was already pretty heavily shifted into strength, so was always going to be a very hard kill to get.
Oh, he doesn't have it yet, sorry. I saw him buy the recipe and it get delivered. I was like, wait a minute. And Roche
is back up and
is scouted immediately.
They'll see, NoPango. And there's 40 seconds without having to worry about the interruptions of the Earth Spirit.
Now we've got level 25 Axe too, that Berserker Call AoE, even easier to set up on more targets.
I think they should have this no problem. So again, pretty much for like the 3rd time in the row indeed that we've seen NoPango get the refresher shot, the Aegis and the cheese. The last time it didn't really get much done. They didn't manage to take that 2nd set of racks.
Did you see that clap?
If they'll be luckier this time.
That clap damage, Zayats loses like a 3rd HP from it.
That scaling is certainly nothing to be laughed about. Adds up the damage that the big Roche can do.
There is a lot of ways now for NoPangolier to protect their Morphling. They picked up another Ethereal Blade, as we saw on Slayer there too.
This is absolutely the answer to Na'Vi focusing him down. Yeah, they get that E-play on him, he will not die. They have no other ways to sort of bring him down. As long as he's sufficiently shifted into strength.
Which he has been.
Which, he's playing safe. Pretty much every time you see him out on the map, he's sitting around that 3k HP threshold.
35,000. Gold lead is Zayats.
It's a big lead.
Quick blink away.
Very quick indeed is what he sort of saw straight away. And
the combo. The combo. We were waiting for it. Picture perfect.
I was thinking about this the other day. I really thought one of the games where you may sort of be deterred away from taking that extra Shikuchi move speed is when you're playing against a Willow and a Bloodseeker. Because that can happen. You're just dead. You literally just killed yourself with the speed that you're moving. He doesn't have the plus 200 there. He may have died anyway, but he doesn't die straight away from that straight-up combo. It destroys it.
Hey, it was perfectly done there. Yeah. Zayats, quick blink figure with the fingers, like just dodging that Shikuchi, able to get the Yules instantly in the follow-up. It's very nice by this Willow. Hex, and instant Ethereal Blade.
What can you do? You can throw out a Fire Blast. Doesn't even get lucky on a multicasters. There's Ghostic jumping in. The EKB picked up as well as he straight away kills off the Drow.
Blizzy bought back to try to get the time lapse and it wasn't actually in place in time.
And this finally will be that bottom racks for, well, at least it does. The Illusions will get it. They get that bottom racks, NoPangolier. The item that they've been after for quite some time, Seneko will get ruptured, but Na'Vi, they're looking to strike back. Blizzy gets caught by the fear. Again, that 200 Shikuchi movement speed added on, making him move straight back to the base. They do find the Hex out onto Zayats as the Dark Willow will fall. But NoPango, they got that Rax. 2 sets of Rax now taken away from Na'Vi. Na'Vi do still have that top lane. But they're 40,000 gold behind as we start closing in on that 1 hour mark.
How much did they do here? Okay, they got some damage on the tier 4 with, I think, the creeps that pushed in up top.
I mean, it's definitely a game where we could see a base race.
That could happen. It could definitely happen.
If they can keep that top wave pushed in. Once again, a lot of money on the cause of NoPango. We're just constantly seeing them, these heroes walk around with so much money. And oh no! Ultimate Orb taken away from the Drow.
I think that was the Lincoln's, one of the last pieces of Lincoln's.
Yeah, must have been. That's Ghostic now with the heart. You do have the Blink Dagger on Blizzy.
So he's got better position, yeah.
Make sure he has to get these time lapses. It's a large, you know, sort of component in sort of giving Na'Vi a chance of taking these fights. They are so far behind.
NoPangolier's smoked. They've drawn the line to go through the mid lane. This could catch Na'Vi off guard. Choosing a good position.
Can they get him? Let's see. That wraparound, it could be deadly. You're right. Zayats looks to lead him with the Bramble. He gets the rune out onto the Zoo. Then they jump forward straight away, but the Hex is out. They've got the Hex on the Morphling. Do they have the damage to kill him off? It doesn't look like they do, as Naive's going to be more than fine. The fear out to both of them as Ark's dead. He has got buyback available, and so Seneko. The double buyback coming into play. Blizzy getting focused. He's silenced. He does have the time lapse. Goes to the side, but again, the fear and the rupture causes the death of the Weaver. He's gone for 120 seconds. Blizzy does not have buyback.
Taking the last
NoPangolier. They're looking for the mega creeps, and they will find the melee. They're looking for more. The refresher popped, allowing Zayas to blink out. Nayab zipping straight in to find Seneko, as GG will be called, as NoPangolier finally able to close up game 1. Na'Vi certainly gave them a defense and a half to beat through, but beat through they finally did, as NoPango take this game 1 victory.
Ghostic had like the absolute dream early game to be able to set them up for all this.
Did slow down a little bit.
Yeah, it did slow down a bit, but them having that early Blink Dagger, having like an early Crimson Guard, be able to just control the map overall mostly. We did see Na'Vi get a lot of bounty runes, sure, but overall the map control from NoPangolier, because of the way that Axe was set up, was phenomenal.
Absolutely, yeah, a bit of a crazy game, and a game, as I said, you know, they were what, 30k, 40k behind, but Na'Vi, they were holding. They were sort of keeping that bottom lane safe. Yeah, some very clutch players, Zayats as well in particular on the Willow at the end, so that combination between him and the Bloodseeker causing a lot of issues, getting these kills guaranteed, and the way that they sort of built up to sort of counter this, you know, this bit of the game where the Morphling was vulnerable, and then suddenly they had answers to keep Naive alive and safe against their Hex plays. Yeah,
so many different ways to save this Morph, who already was having a really excellent game, like so farmed, Naive time and time again that we've been seeing here. Very impressive.
He's absolutely one of the hot players indeed on NoPangolier. So ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. We are going to have more of this series. 1 game up at the moment, NoPango in this best of 3 against Na'Vi. We'll send you back to the panel for now.